Hello and welcome from Perth, Western Australia. Welcome to the channel. Once again, I hope you have been enjoying the time management tips that I have mentioned in my past videos to make your daily life more relaxed, comfortable, and achieving. We'll get now into a new topic of conversation, which I hope you enjoy, and it's more or less related to time management as well, but in a softer way. Many of us are familiar with the Simon and Garfunkel song, The Sound of Silence. It's one of my favorites forever. For me, the lyrics made me think of the ideas I have suggested in one of my last videos to include in our timetable of activities, okay? After the day is over and before going to bed, give yourself 10 to 15 minutes of time to put your feet up, close your eyes, and review the day that has just finished, that just ended. And every time I do this, I go deep into the silent corners of my mind and discover thoughts and images that I consciously missed in the hustle and bustle of daily activities. In a live performance by Simon and Garfunkel in 1966, they were asked what was the meaning of the song, The Sound of Silence. And one of them said, it's really about the lack of emotional communication, the lack of connection with one another. And the social isolation that we are falling into nowadays in modern times, mostly due to technology. You know, all the gadgets that are occupying our minds and our lives are disconnecting us and drawing us further and further apart from one another. So all these superficial distractions around us do not allow us to really connect anymore. And I will use an example to illustrate what I mean. This is something I did yesterday. Went out to have lunch with a group of female friends, 8 of us all together, all between the ages of 60 and 75, just about. We went to a lovely restaurant in the city, made a lot of fuss, greeting each other, a lot of noise and laughter, hugging the friend we had not seen for some time, and going inside to a table on the terrace of the restaurant overlooking an area of Kings Park. Very, very beautiful indeed. Among laughter and handbags and you know how it goes, the trivial conversation, we finally sat down. And talking almost all at the same time, we were anxious to find out the latest about one another. What has been happening in our lives? The restaurant was crowded and we could hear many voices around us. Lots of voices. The clatter of glass and cutlery, the hurried steps of the waiters and waitresses serving food and drinks, and the music in the background, hardly heard by any of the patrons, including myself. When we were ready to leave, the loud goodbyes, laughter, and promises to call each other seemed to last forever. You know, it always happens with women. You know how we are. But we went home happy, and we were happy mostly to have had the opportunity to leave the unimportant bits of our daily routines behind for 2 hours and invest some time on me time. Very important, don't forget it. That evening, as I sat down a few minutes before going to bed, I closed my eyes and the silence in my mind broke into the soft sounds of memories I consciously missed during the time with my friends, without realizing that a few simple things were being recorded and kept inside here in my brain, okay? How beautiful one or another of my friends looked, lovely skin, lovely smile, and wonder why I did not ask her about her skin routine. Next time I will, for sure. The beautiful silky scarf one of them was wearing, and felt so soft to the touch, wanting to ask her where she got it from, but I did not, of course. I had to focus on the conversation around me, you see. I also recall the taste of the vintage wine we ordered and the delicious flavors of the food. I think the salad dressing, the salad I ordered, was tarragon and honey, or so it seemed. I should have asked the waitress. Of course I didn't. In the gentle conversation of the couple sitting next to us in another table, I think I heard him say to his partner, "I'm so glad we came here tonight." And I silently and unconsciously agreed. Yes, we felt the same way. After all that, we all departed, and I was left a bit nostalgic and wanting to repeat the same meeting as soon as possible. It was such a nice time. So I told myself, okay, now back to reality, my girl. All these sensations I mentioned did enter my subconscious mind, and I was pleasantly surprised to awaken them at that particular quiet moment I gave myself before heading to sleep, you know. Just relaxed, closing my eyes and feeling that this was a great opportunity to listen to the silence in my mind, to go deep into the darkness of my thoughts and connect with myself, to discover all these little things, you know, bring back memories that, although small, they are significant and help us appreciate more what is hidden around us day after day. And then we end up saying always, I wish I had paid more notice to that. The English say, stop and smell the roses. And I love that cliche because it is true. We get completely hooked up into running around doing the usual things we do every day. And we have to wait until we are 65 or 70 years old to realize that there was no need to rush so much, that we had everything around us, you know, and we lost touch with that, with our friends, our families, nature, the animals, the lovely things that just give peace of mind, that make your spirit feel light and cheerful. We leave all that behind, especially, you know, during our working years, raising families, we leave all that behind. So I hope that tonight, if you do that, if you have an opportunity, again, you go to bed with happy thoughts from the day that just finished. Take a look at the little things that you missed but have been recorded in your mind, because, you know, nature is very wise. Our brain is always in action, always catching every little thing around us. So out of the corner of our eyes, we can still have, you know, a lot of things coming in, a lot of input, a lot of observations that we are not consciously recognizing, but they're there. And it is fantastic to see how many things really we go through the day that are so joyful and peaceful, and how much we want to, you know, catch up with all that. But why we wait until we are into our elderly years, or into our old years, if you want, to realize that and to want that? You know, finally, it seems like life is telling us, okay, you've done that, been there, just relax. Now, I give you health, more years to live. You don't need to go through all the hardships of the past. Enjoy yourself and let those little gems of thoughts that hide in your mind in silence come to light. Make them alive. Enjoy them and let them bring a smile to your face before going to bed. We should all go to bed with happy thoughts. Nothing about what we have to do tomorrow, who we have to see, and the time we have to be here or there. No, just relax and let your mind have a joyful time while you fall asleep. In the meantime, I hope you all have happy thoughts now, tonight, tomorrow, and for many days to come. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. We'll talk about some other different things as well. And the reason I said that this was connected to time management is that because we have to invest some of these little beautiful relaxing moments to listen to ourselves, go inside and bring out all the good. And for that, we need to invest those moments into our timetables. Yes, there has to be time in those 16 hours we have while we are awake day after day to do those minor, gorgeous things. Enjoy, and I'll be seeing you next week. Bye for now.